Welcome to Peak Health Revolution. My name is Logan Grundy. I help sedentary professionals manage their chronic pain, and today we're going to go over some exercise sequences to help manage your neck, shoulder, and back pain. So the sequencing of these exercises is one of the most important pieces. We always have to release the tight muscles before we go in and strengthen the weaker muscles. So when you're going through these, make sure you're doing them in order as far as the body part. You could do your hips before your neck, but you want to do the neck exercises in order, same way that you want to do the hips exercises in order as well. So the first exercise, we're going to use the lacrosse ball to release our suboccipital muscles. So you're just putting it in the palm of your hand, and then you're just finding those tender spots, moving your head around a little bit. When you find a particularly achy spot, just work into it a little bit more. Then we're going to follow it up with a chin tuck head lift. Important piece here, making sure that chin is tucked really good and like someone's pulling a string at the top of your head. And you're just going to lift it up, tuck and hold for about 10 seconds, release it back down, and do a couple reps of that. Then we're going to do a pec release. All you need to do is get that ball wherever it's most tender in that area and push up against the wall. You need a corner here so you can kind of work past it, and you can always move your arm up and down a little bit, and that will just do what's called like pin and stretch. So you're pinning that tissue down, then you're moving through range of motion. Next one, we got the floor angel. All we want to focus on is elbows, wrists, and shoulders all being as flat as possible as we go through this movement to work on how our scapula actually moves. Then we're going to flip over. We're going to make sure we engage our glutes, then get our hands up nice and high, bring them around, and you see as I rotate, so thumbs are up at the start and finish, but I get a rotation as I do that. This is going to help strengthen your upper back. Then we're just going to do a simple release. All you need to do is get onto an exercise ball and get into extension. We spend so much time in flexion that it's nice to extend our body a little bit. Next is the classic glute bridge. Really just focusing on a squeeze at the top for a couple seconds, so don't rush through this one. Really hold and squeeze those glutes as hard as you can at the top for a count of 1, 2, 3, and then drop back down. Next one, going into our bird dog. Really the focus here is not so much on the leg going out, but that the hips are not moving and that other leg and the arms are not moving. Really trying to have a nice stable core here as we start to explore moving further away from our midline. The ATG split squat, so we want to start on an elevated surface. Most of us need to start here, and over time we can progress lower, but you can see that we're working on ankle, knee, and hip range of motion all together. And also really important is getting that back leg out straight behind us and into hip extension. The last one here, finding the top of the hip here and the lower part of the ribs. That's going to give us the area we're working between. Then we're going to draw over, fall off the meaty part of your back, and that's where we want the ball. And you're going to see that I go on a bit of an angle here. We kind of want to drive in at about a 45-degree angle. If you find these videos to be helpful, subscribe for more.